what is up everybody, Blue Ghost here, and we've got some new patch notes that is going to be coming on Halloween, which pretty much means it's going to be a very scary update, because this update is called Tricks or Treats. And basically, this is one of the few updates that Respawn's going to be pushing out for the game that just primarily focuses on, you know, patches and, you know, bug fixes or, like, you know, glitches in the game, and some new Elite weapon war paints. And yes, I'm playing as Northstar once again, and it's also Aegis Titan Brawl. This was also some old footage that I was kind of considering to upload on YouTube a later time, but currently I got addicted onto some other video games of mine that I like to play, and then I'll be going back to making some more Titanfall 2 videos, primarily focusing on Titan Brawl, or maybe I'll do some more pilot gameplay, but I'm pretty much just morely focused on Titan gameplay at the moment. But anyways, here comes some patch notes that we're going to be getting very soon. So first off, what we're going to be getting in this update are the Elite weapon skins. These weapon skins will cost $4.99 USD. Depending on where you live, it'll have a different cost, obviously, but there's some really cool skins in here. There's a Halloween Elite R201, there's a Halloween Elite Car SMG, and there's a Halloween Elite Spitfire. The R201 kind of looks like there's a zombie dog on it, and then with the Halloween Elite car, it looks like there's a zombie that is wearing one of the pilot helmets. And then Spitfire looks pretty dang awesome just overall. But however, the Halloween skins are very, very, very special because they're going to be available for a limited amount of time, and they won't be available for purchase on the 28th of November. So you'll definitely have a really large window to buy these really cool looking skins. And then we have the Heatsink L-Star, which, in my opinion, does not look really good at all. The Crimson Fury Mastiff, which I think I might want to buy that. And then the Masterwork SMR, which definitely looks really, really cool. We're also going to be getting two call signs that are, you know, Halloween themed, that are just going to be available right off the bat. And then you can buy other variations for 1,500 credits, which seems like a pretty good deal. Moving on to game changes, and these are pretty much the notes that are going to be changing the way the game plays and how the weapons worked. Okay, so this is a pretty big one. We have increased view kick and hipfire spread for the R101 and the R201. Now, undeniably, the R101 and the R201 were definitely, like, you know, the best all-around weapons in the world when it comes to console gameplay, because, you know, the aim assist was definitely very, very strong, you know, when the game first released, so the R201 definitely felt like, you know, most of the powerhouse most of the time. But the R101 and the R201 were just, you know, mainly assault rifles that had, you know, like, so much accuracy, like, you know, the least amount of kick out of all the assault rifles, and, you know, they were definitely, like, one of the best all-around weapons to have with you. And now that they're going to be having increased view kick and weapon spread when it comes to hipfire, it's going to change the way that people are going to play with these weapons, because they might not be as effective as they were before. And then we're also going to be having reduced recoil for the Flatline, which seems very interesting. Arc grenades now stick to a surface and explode after a 0.75 second delay. This applies only to multiplayer, but the arc grenades will function as they previously have in single player. The Mozambique and Wingman Elite are now equipped as primaries, which means that you cannot equip them as a secondary anymore, which definitely interests me a lot. Mozambique is now automatic with 2 more shots, and the fire rate has been increased. I do like the sound of that. Damage and magazine size increased for the Wingman Elite. Turrets now have increased health and take more damage from pilot weapons, 2 times damage from anti-Titan weapons, grenadier weapons, and ordnance abilities, and 3 times damage from primaries. Okay, so they buffed the frickin' sentry gun. That's definitely a really, really fun thing to see, right? The sentry gun was already overpowered, and then it was nerfed, and then it was buffed again. But however, they do take increased damage from pilot weapons. They also take 2 times the normal damage from AT weapons, grenadier weapons, or other ordnance abilities, and 3 times the damage from primaries. So it wasn't completely buffed all the way. It was pretty much just, like, you know, buffed and nerfed at the same time. So there's definitely no need to panic, except for the fact that they have more health, which is dumb. Moving on to Titan changes, we only have one Titan change, and this applies to Northstar. She now moves slightly faster using hover, and cluster missile speed has been increased. Oh, Northstar got buffed, baby. Alright. But if it is noticeable, then I probably would want to use twin traps a little bit more than Viper thrusters, because when it comes to me using as Northstar, when it comes to using the flight core, I definitely like to be somebody that's really fast in the air, so that it makes it a little bit more difficult for people to shoot at me while I'm in the air as I'm raining down heavy damage from above. And then, you know, without Viper thrusters, you're not able to do that as much, and then people are still able to outmaneuver you as you're flying really slowly in the air and you're easier to shoot. But twin traps is definitely an evil thing to have, especially when you go for the double electric smoke and cluster missile punish. Game mode changes. Attrition. Score limit has been increased to 650. The time limit is increased to 15 minutes. Adjusted AI compositions and Reapers are now worth 3 points. Alright, attrition is way longer than it is. That actually might want me to play attrition a little bit more, but at the same time, pretty much as I said before, I pretty much do not enjoy attrition as I used to, because I do hate the fact that it becomes very one-sided depending on circumstances, and that's not really enjoyable for the enemy team or your team, wherever, you know, the circumstances may be. Because, you know, Titans, when it comes to killing multiple pilots, then, you know, it's kind of one-sided pretty much. We also have some changes for frontier defense. Arc traps now cost $650. Amped batteries now cost $400. Join in progress player now received money for each wave completed, which definitely will help a lot, because when it comes to me joining frontier defense games late, then it's a little bit hard to catch up. Players will now have 5 seconds of invulnerability after jumping out of a dropship. Well, thank God for that. Fixed bug with arc traps staying after a loss or after they get picked up and replaced. I have never encountered that bug, but if somebody has, please show me a clip of that, and I would definitely be very grateful of that, because I've never run into that at all. In private matches, you can now play Frontier Defense, and you can get Aegis XP for your Titans, which is definitely a very helpful thing, because, you know, when you were playing in private matches, you pretty much were not getting rewarded for anything, which pretty much made it a waste of time. But now you got XP for doing Frontier Defense on private matches, then that definitely makes it a lot more helpful if you want to invite 3 of your friends to do insane difficulty or master difficulty, which I do plan to do that with some of my viewers at some other time for insane difficulty. Then it makes it more helpful, because we're actually gaining XP and it actually feels like it's worth doing. Reapers now take more damage from pilot weapons, 2 times the damage from AT weapons, grenadier weapons, and ordnance abilities, and 3 times the damage from other primaries. Increase the health to 3,500 from 3,000. Increase projectile speed and accuracy. This makes them a little better against Titans. Oh, that's perfect. Reapers now dodge less frequently. So these guys have been buffed and nerfed at the same time, but still, Reapers are pretty overpowered, as you all know. Alright, now we're moving on to tacticals. Here is the big one that definitely has hurt a lot of people in the past day. Grapple has been nerfed. It now only has 1 charge, but it recharges faster. But with this change, you won't be able to slingshot to anywhere as fast as you used to. You can pretty much do this at the start of a game to get into where the enemy is, catch them off guard, and then if you can use tactical correctly, then you should be able to get another charge fast enough. But the fact that it is now 1 charge, you won't be able to slingshot yourself across the map as frequently, which pretty much just, you know, it definitely does feel pretty heartbreaking to a lot of people that main grapple hook. I mean, you know, I definitely hate to see the grappling hook going in this type of path, but unfortunately I'm not a grapple hook main. I'm pretty much main stim, because sometimes I feel like when I use the grappling hook, when I'm slingshotting myself across the map, I'm pretty much just giving my position away because I'm so high in the air. But at the same time, it does pretty much catch people off guard, but I definitely like to keep my location concealed when I'm flying across the map and everything. But I'm not very heartbroken about this, but it is very sad to see the grappling hook going this way. And then apparently people are not playing Titanfall 2 anymore because the grapple has been nerfed. I don't know why that is, but okay. Holo pilot cooldown has now been decreased to 12.5 seconds from 16.6 seconds. Interesting. Pulse blade cooldown decreased, to 25 seconds from 40 seconds. Not good. And the pulse blade duration is decreased to 4.5 seconds from 6 seconds. Okay, so pulse blade is now used more frequently to expose enemy players and pretty much gain wall hacks. Pulse blade's that one tactical ability that I hate because, you know, obviously wall hacks are overpowered, but sometimes I like to use it because when I come to kill multiple pilots on the enemy team, sometimes what I do is that I throw a pulse blade to where I think they're gonna spawn, and then that pretty much gives away their position, going like, hey, free food, and then, you know, one of my teammates could probably swoop in and get all those kills. But pulse blade might be more vital than it is before, actually. And then moving on to the juicy stuff, we got some new featured modes that are going to be coming in. Very, very funny ones that are going to be coming in too. We have Tactical Attrition, Attack on Titanfall, and the Great Bamboozle. Tactical Attrition is where all tactical cooldowns are reset to full charge when you kill an enemy pilot. That is going to be absolutely crazy. The tactical abilities that are going to be pretty much overpowered when you use in this game mode is probably going to be Phase Shift, Pulse Blade, Cloak, Stim maybe? Well, I mean, Stim could be very, very good because it says when you kill an enemy pilot. So I'm not too entirely sure if it has to be done through your gun, but I'm pretty sure you could Stim at somebody and melee them. But I'm pretty sure you could be able to Stim at somebody and then melee them, and then Stim again, and then melee another guy, and then Stim again, etc., etc., etc. But the funny thing is that Pulse Blade actually might be the most annoying because when you get a kill, throw a Pulse Blade, get a kill, throw a Pulse Blade, get a kill, throw a Pulse Blade, etc., etc. And then Grappling Hook could actually be very, very good because you can pretty much have unlimited slingshots when you kill an enemy player, which is awesome. Attack on Titanfall, where everyone has 3 charges for grapple. There we go. See? There we go. Grappling Hook is not dead just yet. You'll be able to have your fun with 3 grapple hook charges, and you'll be able to slingshot as much as you would like. And we have the Great Bamboozle. Everyone has Holopilot. That's pretty much it. You get to bamboozle everybody, and it's going to be some madness. And then we have some other bug fixes. Fixed bug with Tone's particle wall taking more damage when aiming at a Titan behind it. Pilot loadout menu will now properly display weapon skin name and description area. Player call sign cards in Frontier Defense will update to the proper difficulty in the network interface. And this bug is for PC only. Fixed highlights appearing cut off when super sampling is enabled. And that is pretty much it for the patch notes. I'm definitely excited. The new feature game modes seemed really, really fun. The Northstar buff I am definitely hyped for. I would definitely love to see that good amount of speed that I can get with the hover. Hopefully it's noticeable, but I do hope it is. But anyways, guys, those are the patch notes for October, and we're going to be seeing them on Halloween. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.